Hello anyone, everyone, and no one. My name is SlackLizard, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. And today on Truly Bedrock, I have a few things planned. Mainly one, okay, look, we're eating bread. We're literally eating bread. And I mean, last episode here, we made the kelp farm, which is a good source of fuel and a potential source of bone meal in the future. I mean, I guess push come to shove, if we want to, we could live off of some dried kelp, but not exactly something that I would like to do here. So I think today we're going to deal with our food situation. We're going to deal with that and try to get that sorted so that we can have something that's a bit automated. But first, just out of curiosity, let's go check our shops. And to be fair between all of you, I don't expect anything. We checked this the other day and we had a few sales, and okay, a little bit more than I had thought. You know, the last week, I haven't really had the AFK account on here much. And I guess it's not that big of a deal. We do have a few chests that are low. And potentially, oh look, potentially right there we got enough to restock at least one or two of those. Now I'm also curious about the wool. The wool, if we're actually getting low on wool, we're definitely going to have to bring the AFK account on and check things out. Let's take a quick gander here. I won't lie, I genuinely was not expecting that. So we've got 8 diamonds from wool and 8 diamonds from iron. Let me do a quick tally of what we need here, and let's get this all restocked. So that now is done and dusted. I want to keep this shop completely full because this is the one that's going to be more of a grind to get the materials on if we run low on this shop. That shop, that's relatively easy. We've got multiple iron farms on here, so we can refill that relatively quickly. So moving on from that project, I want to move on to a passive mob farm. Now here recently, we just put out a video on a passive mob farm, and hopefully I record a clip here and Watchful can do a nice little flyby on it. And this passive mob farm is designed to, well, it's probably built a little bit on a bug per se. To be honest with you, it's probably built on a bug because it allows for passive mobs to spawn pretty much inside of campfires while they are lit, as long as they're placed on top of a grass block. Now, I had originally planned, if we come out here and take a look at all this, to have a passive mob farm on this base. That's why I strategically placed it. We've got the drowned farms, which are over ocean, all that over there, which is irrelevant. But this section over here falls on regular dirt, regular land. So if we place grass down through here, we should get passive spawns up here. There's no reason that we shouldn't. The only little thing that we might have to concern ourselves with is the placement of this farm, because typically I'd build it as a density farm. And what I mean by that is so that I could get more out of the farm. But seeing as this whole district here is on-offable, I don't want to build multiples. And to be honest with you, I just can't do it. The rest of this is over ocean. The only place we are going to get passive mob spawns is out that way. But first thing we need to check first is whether or not we can actually get spawns in there, over there from here. We need to figure out where the farm's going to go because we have spawn radiuses. You know, we have things that make a difference. So I've done a little bit of playing with the resource packs here so that I could get the pack that I wanted to see on here right now. And to answer the question, it's not where I would like it. And it gives an interesting view of where mobs can spawn and where they cannot spawn while you're in the AFK spot there. As you can see, the drown farms, there's actually, and we didn't really cover this in the video, there's spots at the drown farm where you're getting no spawns. But for simplicity in explaining it in a tutorial, it's better to just build it in the square. Now, of course, looking over here at all of this, technically we've got some area where passive mobs could spawn, and I totally fell off of there. That was a good talk moment. But it's not to the degree that I was really hoping for. I was really hoping we would reach out there and get both of those chunks, but we're not going to. We are just barely skirting this chunk. I think we're going to be able to get 2 chunks potentially sideways here. So we could build this. Oh, this is going to make an interesting concept for building. You know what? Let me map. Let me map. Oh, the more I look at this, the less I like it. The more I look at this, the less I like it. Because I was like, hey, we'll just make it 1 chunk. It doesn't reach out to the full chunk, as you can see there. And if we go this way, our chunk border is right there. Oh, minecarts and chunk borders and stuff and things could be really, really annoying. Do we take it right like there? Is that it? That is a very small passive mob farm. Small, super small. But I mean, there's no other passives up here. There's nothing eating into the passive cap. We don't get fish up here. Golems drowned. Do we be that bold? Do we be that bold and try for a itty bitty passive mob farm right here? And then it's not just one issue, but we have another issue as well. And we're literally pillaring up to that issue right now. We have the goat farm here. We have the goat farm here, which is sitting right in the way. Oh, and then do we go over more at this point and just gamble? I don't know on our spawn sphere if all of that. You know what? We can go test that. We can go test that. Let's get another armor stand. Now, if you're curious what I was just talking about there, I want to know how much room I've got down below. I need to see if there's grass within that spawning sphere. So the easiest way that I can think to do it is to come down here and go to the relative coordinates of where we're AFKing up there, which is negative 1471. Negative 1471, which is... That don't feel right. Is it really this way? Okay. Oh, we might be a lot better than I thought then. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then by 480. So we go this way by this way. So this is our spot. This is our spot. So if we come up here and I give you that, can I see the new spawn sphere? Is the pink line all within dirt? If it's all within dirt, then we can use all of the pink line up there, which is potentially, we could change that. Oh, look at this. Yes. Yes. See, this is swooping right through me. Yes. So all of that up there is usable. All of that up there is usable. So if we want to, which, to be fair, between me, you, and the fence post is probably something I want to do. We'll probably tear back out this goat farm. And by tearing this thing out, we can carry this for passive spawns. Oh my goodness, we can make this a lot bigger. We can make this thing... let's not go that big. Let's go to where we get solid spawns. Okay. So we don't need none of that. If we remove all of this and potentially carry this across here... Oh, how far do I go with this? This is a very hard question because all of this is spawn spots. No, I don't go this far, do I? Do I? No, that feels ridiculous. Oh, but I really want to. I really want... Look, I am not going to need this much food. Am I? No. And no one on the server is. I could literally sell food by the shulker if I did that. Do we do that? Do we? It feels like overkill. It really feels like overkill. It 100% feels like overkill. No. No. As much as I want to. No, we're not going to. No. No. We don't need it. We don't need it, right? Right. We can do it later. We can do it later. Still, if we come across here, which I'm thinking we do, this is now in the way. The goat farm's got to go. You know what? Let's tear out the goat farm and let's get our collection system in. This is what we're going with. Yep. This right here is what we're going with for now. I know I want to build the insane one too, but it's just we don't need it. Don't look at me like that. We don't need it. No, I'm not changing my mind. I've made up my mind. No, Watchful. No, it's not happening. It's literally not happening. Go to time lapse of us tearing this down and putting in farm. You know what? Just go to a time lapse of us completely building the whole thing now, since you want to sit there and argue with me. Okay? No, I'm not building it bigger. You're getting the small version. That's it. That's all you're getting. Good talk, Watchful. Good. What do you mean, Red Sheep? Red Sheep's over there. Red Sheep's just fine. Red Sheep better be over there. Watchful. Snack.
See, everything worked out in the end, Watchful. Everything worked out in the end. And now we've got this beautiful, simple, yet small passive mob farm here. It's small, I get it. But I just looked in the chest and had a snicker to myself. I had a snicker. I just slack laugh. Because I built this. I put the AFK account on here. I got up early 30 in the morning and decided I wanted to take a nap. So, yeah, the AFK account AFK'd here for, I don't know, I guess a couple of hours. I don't know. And I don't care. It's a small farm, and I have to do absolutely nothing to get the stuff out of it. So I am ecstatic about that. I am beyond ecstatic about that. Now, I think we need to tie this in. We can simply run that hopper line over, around, down, and behind, and tie it into these right here, which lead into this side of the sorter over here. Now, I know in the past I said, oh, farming modules need to go over here and normal stuff. I've reached a point where I don't care. We just need the stuff to go somewhere. And we have all of these through here that have absolutely nothing in them. And that's fine. We really just need this to be storage until it builds up to the point where we can make shops and sell it. So, as an additional note, as you probably seen from the time lapse, I had to get rid of the goat farm. And to be fair with you, I do not like portal ticking goat farms. And hopefully here soon, we can get into the nether and we can do some TNT blasting. You know what? That's going to take us to our second project of the day. Our second project of the day, that can just sit there and collect the stuff in the chest for now. I don't think that's going to fill up in the time that we've planned for today's episode. But this, excuse me there, this little ring up here is the outline of where we're going to put a mob farm. Mob farm? Mob. The word is mob. Because, well, I need more gunpowder for the future endeavors of blowing stuff up, and for keeping flight, and for keeping bone meal in stock. Even though we got the iron farm now producing the poppies, which gives us all this beautiful bone meal here. But that's okay. That's all the gunpowder we have to our names right now, which can go a long ways for rockets. It's not going to go much of a way for TNT. So let's grab some of this. Not even what I had planned to do with this. And let's go to doing a little bit of planning and or building. Excuse me. I need to fly back. I need to go out here. I need to go out here because we need to start planning this out. Now, this is our collection level. This is our drop chute for our mob farm. I already know what we're going to build here, so it's literally just building it. So first things first, we need to go out 8 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to have to come up and go up again. No, here and here. Right. And then we're going to have to do that on this side. And just a few more blocks, and that is the first part of our catch channel in. We still got plenty of black wool. Now we need to take it out here even further. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that should be right. So now if we put water here, that should flush over there and drain all of that. I hope. God, it's been a while since I've done something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boop. And boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boop. And boop. No, I just did that wrong. 1, you can't count slack. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, black wool is like the worst type of wool I could have used for this. 1, 2. Can I just, excuse me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I need you there. I need you there. You went to the wrong spot. I appreciate your endeavors to help, but that was all the wrong spot. Good job, Slack. Good job. And that right there is now a fancy catch tray for when we build the stuff up above. And you know, I was just sitting here thinking to myself, let's not do this like this. No. Let's go ahead and get our trident killer in now. And even drop this down into just a chest down there into storage until we get all this going. Because, yeah, we don't need mobs raining in. Nope. And if mobs are raining in, at least they will be going to their death and not just sitting waiting to explode on top of us. So we need glass and we need a trident killer. Right. That's in place. So all mobs should land there and have a happy little death. From here, let's grab our loaf of bread. We literally just made a passive mob farm, and I'm eating bread. Okay, I done got the bread. The bread's done out. The bread's done been cooked. It's in my inventory. It's what we're eating. You and you go bye-bye. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. And where does this go through? Does this go through? I don't even know where this goes through anymore. Hi. Okay. That's relatively simple. We'll put this back. We'll get a chest here and get that set there to collect that. Right, water. Let's see if we did all of our catch streams right. So if I go you, and then you, and we got a full water source, right? Don't flood down too far. Please just go to the right amount. Please, we're gonna find out. Of course, into the corner. Boop, 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 boop. Grab you. All the way up to that one. Then you can go there. It's looking beautiful. It's looking absolutely beautiful. Now if we do the same over here. Skip that one and go there. There. Let's try not to make a trench of water up here. Let's get a flowing trench of water. Not a solid trench of water. Solid trench of water would be bad. I won't lie, that scares me every time I look over there and I see that happening. I'm like, oh, is it going to the right spot? I know, we're early on, but it would really mess up everything. And then I'd have to redo it. And I just don't feel like redoing it, okay? I'm on time schedule. Skip you, you go there, and there. Good? Good. Excellent. Yep. No! No! Where? Where? No. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? Why? Where? No. No. Everything else was fine. Why you broken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am so confused. No. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to talk about it. I really just don't want to talk about it right now. And after asking T-Man for some magical numbers here, we're now going to work on our first level. And I know at first glance you're like, hey, you're putting this right up against the border, but it'll be fine because we're going to have fences on the outside and all of our drops are going to be on the inside for this thing. So at this point, it's build platforms. I need to build 6 platforms, including the one that I'm standing on, that go all the way up to the edge here. And then the fun begins. Right. Now, that might look a little bit confusing. That might look a little bit confusing for anybody in here. But first things first, what we need to do in this is block spider spawns. Actually, I'm going to put this right. Excuse me. Did I have another one? Please, can I have a block of any kind? Right. So that's going to be where our first hole is. I actually line this up for holes first so that we can punch all these through so we have spots for mobs to fall. But thinking about this for a moment, I don't want to do that. I want to put in all the buttons first, which this is the pattern for blocking spiders. Hatter, I love this pack. I absolutely love this pack. So if we just grab this and move this real quick, excuse me, and we pull you now there, and we grab our piece of string and put that back in his arm. Look, right? That should be right. This should be the pattern to block all of the spider spawns. And then you know what? We'll worry with the holes afterwards. And we're going to need coral to put in all these spots. Where's coral? Not in the house. That joke's it's like you don't need to keep doing that. Nobody thinks it's funny anymore. But what we also are going to need is fences. So if we run around here like so, knock that out, and put fences all the way around here. This way, any mobs that spawn in here can't get out. I swear it'll make sense at the end of the day. It'll make sense at the end of the day. It probably looks like black magic voodoo. Voodoo, hoodoo, whatever you want to call it. But this is the pattern made for the first platform. It blocks spider spawns, it gives the mobs a place to fall down, and it literally optimizes your spawning spots. It is absolutely amazing, insane, and crazy, and is going to produce mobs pretty crazily. This should supply us pretty much with all the gunpowder and our mob drops we're going to need for the rest of the season. Now, of course, it's going to get zombies in it, and that's okay-ish, I guess. Not that we need anything at all from them. We don't at this point in time. We don't need anything from the zombies, but we could get the bones from the skeletons, which could be useful. And if we wanted to in the future, we could turn this into a creeper-only farm. I have a feeling that most of the drops are going to end up going in lava, except for the gunpowder, but it is what it is. Now, I would typically, oh my goodness, here goes the dogs again, record the next 5 levels in a time lapse, but I've currently got Mr. AFK account sitting down here doing AFK things. And of course, he's down here in the new box underneath the Trident Killer. All drops from this thing should now be ending up, excuse me, down here, which we don't have much at the moment, and that's perfectly fine. And I want him to load the passive farm right now. He's in the optimal spot to load that. And I mean, look, since we've done the catch tray in the first level, look how much more food we've got in there. I'm curious what we're going to get by the end of the episode. But that being that, let's go ahead and get these other 5 levels in. Oh my goodness. That took a lot of time. That took way more time than I expected. And I'm not talking about the stuff with Liara. I'm talking about getting this in. We now have a working mob farm. And this thing is actually pretty crazy. If we take a look, I mean, just look. There's constantly a mob dying inside of the Trident Killer down there. I've seen a few moments where it lulls and slows down. Right now is a prime example of that. But look, there was another creeper spawn. Give it a moment. Give it a moment, and I'm sure that we're gonna have more mobs spawning in here. Don't mess with me. There we go. There's some zombies. Yep. There's the creeper. Look, more zombies, zombies. I wish we could just eliminate zombies. I wouldn't mind just keeping the skeletons and the creepers, but it's the nature of what it is. Look at that. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane for a Bedrock Edition farm. There is constantly a guy dying inside of the Trident Killer. So now that we have all those in, we've got a ceiling on top of it. We've got all the levels in. It's all carpeted. That's the word of the day. It's all spawn proofed. And we've got the Trident Killer down here. The AFK account has done the Trident Killer. He's picking up all the experience from underneath of there. So we don't have to worry about any kind of lag generated from that. Now, of course, from here, all items pipe through this insanely long hopper line, which leads down into a sorter down below. Once again, like on the other side over here, where we had to lift up and change all of our AND gates, we're going to have to do the same thing on this side, because our main hopper line going into the system was being affected. So if we actually come around here and take a look on the inside here, not only have we hooked the new mob farm up into the storage system, but we have also hooked up the passive farm into the storage system as well. Now, of course, I've been playing Minecraft for the bulk of the day. It's a small farm. I've probably been playing 6-7 hours now, and we don't really even have any food issues at this moment anymore. And look, the amount of leather and even wool from just that little bitty passive farm is absolutely crazy. Aside from all of that, we've pulled everything in, as I said, into sorters. Now, we've added in some of the top row sorters here. They're not all added in at this moment. Honestly, I ran out of wood. I completely ran out of wood. So we've got to go getting some more of that in a future episode. But look here, arrows. I don't know why, but we're going to save a few chests of them. That one, I'm not sure what that one is. I think that one's spider eyes, which we're not going to get from spiders because we blocked the spider spawns, but we will get them from witches. Now, of course, bones. Yeah, look at that. We've already got quite a bit there. This sorter is very weird. It literally pulls it into the 2 chests. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 stacks there and almost 8 stacks there. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, the rest of these are reserved for more gunpowder. There's a few here at the end, which we're not going to see nothing with yet, except for that one, because the amount of zombies we're getting, we actually are farming iron from it too, which is absolutely crazy. But we got carrots, potatoes, redstones, all the bits and bobs that you would get from the witches. And I'm really pleased with that. I really am. Also, on this side, we've also been collecting up the black, brown, white, gray, all the wools that the sheeps can spawn with. And as a matter of fact, I hope we haven't missed nothing. Let's take a look here. Well, that's just the nature of sorters on Bedrock. That's just the nature of that. But I am really happy with this. Let me take a look at this. Come around here, hit the F1 key. This is turning into a very interesting base. A very interesting base indeed. But we've got some stuff that we're going to have to do in the next episode. We need to fix the dripstone farm. We need to fix all these AND gates. And there is a few other trivial things we need to fix. But all of that is going to have to be in the next episode, because I think that right there is where we're going to call this one an episode for today. So if you've enjoyed today's episode of Truly Bedrock, make sure to drop a like down below. If you would like to see more, please consider subscribing. But on that note, that's where we're going to call it. And I'll see all of y'all in the next one. Bye, everybody.